Well, this is the details we're going to get from one of the colliery owners. And the colliery here is, of course, the spot of interest, particularly for the Hawks and other law enforcement, including immigration authorities. I'm going to ask my colleague Max Lotolo just to give you a shot of Mr. Patrick Izunobi, who's one of the colliery owners here. Mr. Izunobi, your reaction to finding this multidisciplinary law enforcement, if I can call it, force here, which includes, of course, Home Affairs, which includes the other law enforcement agents. Firstly, is this your property, and is it a legal coal mining operation?
Good morning, all. I'm so happy to address you guys, and I'm happy because it shows that you people are now working for quite some time now. We believe and we know that there have been illegal operations, but to answer to the question, the yard doesn't belong to me. I'm renting it from the owner of the farm. But unfortunately, we are two, tenants on the yard. So at the moment I heard about your operation, then I said, no, let me come and identify what belongs to me and whatever, because I cannot be a victim of circumstances. I've really worked out in the coal industry, and I've quite built a reputation, and that is why I took it upon myself. Thanking you guys for the work you're doing, because I see the Home Affairs officials are also here, and unfortunately I didn't even ask your names, but good 18. I'm happy the work has started, and I'm very willing to give any assistance or statements or whatever. Hence, is going to support to bring the perpetrators to book.
Mr. Izunobi, the question here also is, are you operating here legally? Are you licensed to be a colliery co-owner?
Okay, at this point, to answer to that question, we're not mining. We only trading in coal. We buy, we process, then we sell to local market. So I do not think, otherwise you have to tell me, because if we were mining, then I believe we're supposed to be having a mining right or a permit or something to do mining. And you don't see at the moment on this yard, there is no excavator. You can only see machineries that is used to process the coal. So we buy coal, bring it onto the yard, then we process it, put it into different categories, and people come in and they buy.
Where do you source this coal from, and are you a licensed, as you call it, trader?
Yes, when you talk about trading, I believe what is needed to run business in the country, it's CIPRO documents, which I believe we are up to date there. And
but specifically coal mining, are you up to date in terms of mining and trading in coal, trading in minerals?
Okay, trading in minerals had to do with the CIPRO description, which is there on the CIPRO documents, with some other things, you know, construction and whatever. But when you talk about, I wouldn't want us to put these two things together. They are different. Mining and trading. They are two different things.
So you buy this coal from somewhere, and then you bring it to your grounds here, and then you sell it off?
Yes. And then we cannot ask the miners for their license. We go there, we find a product that we want, we like in the mine, then we test it. Those are the processes. We test it. Then once we've tested it, we are happy with it, We pay, they give us an invoice, then we load.
In terms of your partner in this business, we understand that, of course, he's also has some questions to answer, just like you have done. You've also been engaging with the officials here. What do you know of his particular involvement in anything that should be of concern to you as his business partner? Any illegality there in terms of trading illegally in this mining, product or otherwise?
First and foremost, he's not my business partner.
How do you deal with him then? You say you co-own this particular, or you share the field.
He is a co-tenant to the owner. So we are not, when you talk about a business partner, it means that we work together. He's got an interest in my business, and I've got an interest in his business. So I need to correct that. He's not a business partner. Then I would so permit, if you can allow me, let him speak for himself. Right. I wouldn't want to speak for somebody that I do not have interest in his business. Right. You see, so I would rather appreciate it if you're gonna find a way to get hold of him and speak. I know for myself. I speak for myself. I speak for my company, for my partner in the company, for what I know. And I'm here to defend my company and what I know.
So we've found some very interesting things that officials have shown us. Maybe if you can just walk us through. They've showed us various quality grades of coal, some of which are not even coal, some of which are stones that are added to increase the quantity of, allegedly, of the coal. Can you show us the quality of your coal? Can you show us the coal that you traded?
With all due respect, I would say, if you want me to show you, it's not for free.
What do you mean by that, sir?
Yes, because you go to school to learn, you pay for it.
But
so you cannot get it for free from me, unless behind the doors. If you can say to me, for that service, obviously a payment is needed for that service.
But so without talking about payment, I'm saying, though, you've got law enforcement authorities on your property, and they're asking some serious questions about how the coal is sourced or the quality of coal that is provided to Eskom. And we know the troubles that Eskom has come into based on the poor quality of coal, but also on the fact that stones and other materials that aren't meant to be going into the collieries find their way in there from unscrupulous producers and dealers. You're saying you are above board. Show us about that. Show us in your coal.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm in a position to be doing that. That now comes into what we call professionalism. So I do not expect to give a service for free. I don't work for free.
It's not a service, sir. It's just, basically showing us that you're above board. It's not a service. I'm not buying or trying to procure coal. I'm just asking you to show us that your operation is above board or not.
No, if you're talking about showing you my machines, I can do that. But if you go to the next level to say, how does this machine work and whatever, then it means you wanting to make me to educate you, so which does not come for free.
The simple question, sir, is that earlier we saw coal mixed with stones. Is that what you're selling here?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be answering you that. If you want me to answer that question,
like you to answer the question,
it's not going to be for free, because I'm educating you, and I do not work for free. But if you want me to show you how we process, how we do the piece, how we do that, then you must come and consult and pay for that.
But it's a simple question, sir, because the question is, do you sell coal that's mixed with stone? And if not, can you show us the difference?
Okay, let me now answer you that. In the trading of coal, we've got labs, right? We've got labs whereby we go and test coal. Now, once you've tested the coal and you are not happy with it, you don't buy it from the buyer and from the trader. So if you buy a less coal or a less quality coal is because it's what you have bargained for. Okay. Did I answer you that question?
I'm not sure you did, because I was expecting a simple yes or no. But another question, do you know any of the suspects that have been taken into custody?
No. And there is nobody, apart from the security that you've arrested here. I mean, will I put it? Yeah, because he's under handcuffs, so obviously he's arrested. But to say, I don't know. When you talk about arrested, who is arrested? Because there's no one arrested here.
Do you know any of the suspects that are sought, or any of the suspects that are going to be taken into custody, or those that have been taken into custody related to these operations?
From this yard?
Generally, sir.
At the moment, I'm talking from what is happening presently. Apart from the security that is on handcuff now, I don't know. Okay. So, and like I said before, I cannot talk for someone else. I must talk for myself.
All right, we'll leave it
and
there.
My company.
Thank you very much. That was Patrick Izunobi, who is a colliery owner of this particular coal field here, and denying any involvement in any illegality related to coal mining or trading of coal or procurement of coal. With that, it's back to you in the studio.
Tumaole, I do wonder if he's still next to you. So I heard him say that he supplies not to Eskom, but he supplies to a different market. If you could just double check with him, please. Does he supply that coal to Eskom?
Right. Mr. Izunobi, another question from our anchor in studio. Do you supply this coal here directly to Eskom, or do you supply it to other markets or other procurers? Can you just clarify that for us, please?
I don't deal with Eskom, because Eskom's credentials and for you to qualify to be a vendor to supply them, one of the requirements is that you must have a mining right or a permit. Like I told you here, we're not mining. Our core business here, it's the chicken farms.
So you've got a lot of coal. Where does this coal go to, sir? Who do you supply?
That is what I'm saying to you, that our core business here is chicken farms. We call them large nut and peas. That is the core business that happens here. That is why you see the screen there to screen out the material. But like I said, that is professionalism. Now I'm teaching you what we're going about this thing. But in a nutshell, we don't deal with Eskom.
All right, but as a chicken farmer, where do you get this large amount of coal from? Where do you procure it from?
From the mines. We source around coal from the mine. I buy even, they're going to see, I've got quite a lot of mines where I buy from. I buy straight from the mine.
All right. Thank you very much. That was Patrick Izunobi, who's a colliery owner who sources coal but is essentially a chicken farmer. A lot of questions there about the linkage and how he sources the material, but that's a story for another day. With that, is back to you in the studio.
Yeah, this is also perplexing because the Hawks invited us onto the story because we were told or made to understand, Tumaole, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, that this is a particular space or a colliery that actually supplies substandard coal to Eskom. Hence, they went on the sting operation. They found what they are saying is coal and rocks, which we are made to understand is what is leading to the destruction of infrastructure, because that coal allegedly goes into our grid. And so this is all confusing because the gentleman that you spoke to, that's not the story. He doesn't even deal with Eskom. So why are we here?
That is the million-dollar question at the moment, because the gentleman I've just spoken to now, who's listed as a colliery co-owner of the field here, now tells us that his core business is dealing in trading chickens, and that would be perplexing to me, because in the time that we've been here, I have not spotted a chicken pen, and I have not spotted, not even a single egg. But he says that he does not deal or trade directly with Eskom. And the question that I put directly to him as to who he deals with and who are his, suppliers or his main customers is a question that is neither here nor there in terms of the direct answer. So we will wait for the Hawks and other law enforcement agencies. They have been here, including, of course, officials from the Department of Home Affairs, and they will then find the answers, and we will put it to them as to what they find out. Perhaps there will be more direct answers to some of these questions that have left us very dumbfounded here.
Yeah, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? There's a lot of clarity that is needed. It's also very curious. Tumaole, Mohlaoli, great job. Thank you.